Hello. Hello. प्यारा अंकल आंटी भावर या साथी असांजे सभई बुज़ुर्ग वॾा भाउर सभई हाज़िर आहियो सभिनी खे असांजी तरफ़ां मुंहिंजे साथियुनि जी तरफ़ां अचे पई आवाज़ अचे पई सभिनी न अचे पई पुठियां अचे पई आवाज़ न हलो एम ताईं अचे थी हाणे आवाज़ हा ठीकु आहे अच्छा त पहिरियों मां सभिनी खे पंहिंजे साथियुनि जी तरफ़ां जिन सभिनी असांखे हेल्प कई आहे हिन प्रोग्राम खे ऑर्गेनाइज़ करण लाइ तव्हां सभिनी खे असांजा बुज़ुर्ग वॾा भाउर अंकल आंटी दोस्त साथी मित्र सभिनी खे मां हिते हिन प्रोग्राम लाइ वेलकम थो कयां ऐं पहिरियों तव्हां सोचींदा हूंदा की हीउ प्रोग्राम छो ऑर्गेनाइज़ थियो आहे छाजे करे ऑर्गेनाइज़ थियो आहे त मां तव्हांखे इहो ॿुधाइणु चाहींदुसि भई तव्हां वॾा जेके बि कया आहियो 50-60 साल 40 साल अॻु ऐं तव्हां जेकी बि तकलीफ़ूं ॾिठियूं आहिनि पार्टीशन जे टाइम में ऐं हिते अची सर्विस करण में बिज़नेस में महिनतूं कयूं अथव उन टाइम ते न कोई बि सहूलियतूं हुयूं त ऐं उन टाइम ते ॿार टे 4-5 ॿार तव्हां सहूलियत सां सभिनी खे पालियव ऐं सभिनी खे सुठा स्कूल कयव शादियूं करायव त मां असां चाहियूं था त भई तव्हां सभिनी खे भई हिकु ऑनर करियूं ऐं तव्हांखे सभिनी खे वेलकम करियूं मां सभिनी पंहिंजे साथियुनि खे चवंदुसि दिलि सां हिकु दफ़ो तव्हांजे कार्य में असांखे वेलकम चवंदा आहिनि त ईश्वर हर हिकु घर में पाण हाज़िर थींदो आहे वॾनि माइटनि जे ज़रिए मां ऐं पीउ ईश्वर जी रूप आहिनि जेकॾहिं असीं हुननि खे डे टू डे ईश्वर वांगुरु ई इज़त ॾियूं ऐं मान ॾियूं त हर घर में सुख शांती ऐं तमामु सुठो हली रहे पर अॼुकल्ह छा आहे ज़मानो थोरो बदिलियल आहे हींअर तव्हां ख़ुदि ॾिसो पिया कीअं हालतूं आहिनि ऐं मां चाहींदुसि त भई तव्हां उन टाइम जे जेका तव्हांजा एक्सपीरियंस आहिनि जेके तव्हां जीअं ॿारनि खे वॾो कयो अथव त थोरो असांखे तव्हां गाइड करियो त भई हिन वक़्तु असांखे कीअं समाज में हलणु घुरिजे ऐं पंहिंजा कुझु एक्सपीरियंस ॿुधायो ऐं असांखे गाइड करियो त भई असीं तव्हांजे लाइ छा करे सघूं था भई असांखे चङी सम्झायो त भई हींअर वक़्तु जेको हले पियो हींअर नंढा ॿार पंहिंजे हिसाब सां आहिनि इंटरनेट में 500-600 फ्रेंड्स आहिनि सॼी दुनिया में फ्रेंड्स आहिनि पर पंहिंजे घर जी ख़बर कान थी पए ऐं उनखे कुझु कमु चयो भई मूंखे विस्पति डॉक्टर वटि वञिणो आहे त चयो ममा no tengo tiempo tengo boda voy Málaga voy a Madrid अरे भाई कितने वञो अथई त चयो मैं इहो सिका सां वञी मम्मी और tengo una cita no sé qué त चवणु मतिलबु छा आहे हुननि खे कंहिं को बि कमु चवंदो इंटरनेट में हिन में हुन में सॼी दुनिया जी ख़बर अथनि पर घर जी ख़बर कान थी पए त तव्हां असांखे इहो सम्झाइण जी कोशिशि कंदव त भई हाणे ही ज़मानो जेको हले पियो कीअं भई असां हिनखे कोप कयूं ऐं धीरे धीरे मां सभु जेके असांजा वॾा आया आहिनि माण्हुनि खे हिक खे घुराईंदुसि एक्चुअली ओपन फोरम वांगुरु आहे हीउ को सत्संग कान्हे हिन में असां तव्हांजी आइडिया वठणु था चाहियूं भई कीअं असां कहिड़े नमूने इन गैप खे दूरि कयूं जेका गैप हीअं हले पई उनखे दूरि कयूं त हाणे मां पंहिंजे भाउ विनोद खे सॾु कंदुसि त थोरो हिन ॻाल्हि खे कंटिन्यू करे थोरो डेवलप करे सघां
Thank you very much, Rashan. With your permission, I will speak to you in English. Afterwards, if anyone doesn't understand something, I will explain whichever languages you wish, Hindi, Spanish. So, respected elders, family members, friends, I think this is a long overdue event. It's to manifest our respect or honor for the senior citizens of this community. As my friend Ghanshyam has said, I wish to reiterate our heartfelt thanks to all those of you who have taken the trouble to come today. Just yesterday, I was talking with my daughter on Skype. She lives in the UK just now, and I was telling her about today's event. and I told her that her abuelos will be here at this event, and in fact that among others, her Nana and myself will be saying a few words. So then she asked me, after asking me all the details, that all the elders are going to give their opinion and talk to us and give us their suggestions and recommendations for the future, she asked me, but is any youngster going to speak also? And I said, well, we are all youngsters here, you know, there's no one old. You're only as old as you think you are. But what she means, is there any youngster under 25 who's going to speak to me? You know, I realized that maybe we had made an oversight. We have not asked any of our sons or daughters, anybody to come and say something to you. And especially, you know, so she said, can I address a few lines? Can I say a few things to the elders and to my grandparents? You know, every grandchild shares this very special bond with her grandparents. You see, it's a bond not only of love and sweetness, but it is also of complicity. You see, when the parents are strict with their grandchildren about something, they know that they can always go to Dada, Dadi or Nana, Nani who will definitely indulge them. You see, they're always ready to oblige. And then they always say, don't tell Mama, Papa, huh? You know, that's how it goes. So anyway, I thought it was an excellent idea. So I asked her to send me her thoughts. And she did this in the form of a very short letter, which I will now read out to you. And she says, my dear grandparents and respected elders, since a very young age, my grandparents have spoken to me in Sindhi, so it has always been a part of my life. At a young age, I was told to go to Sindhi class, but I didn't really pay much attention. I thought it would be more fun to watch movies and go out with my friends. What is more, in my school days, I already knew many Sindhi children. Said I never met Indians of a different background, so I assumed that all Indians were Sindhis. There was nothing else, only Sindhis existed in India. Thus I went through my school years and my early teens without understanding much about Sindh or asking many questions from my grandparents. After all, they are our grandparents. That's their role. That is what I used to think. At the age of 17, I left Las Palmas to pursue further studies in the UK. Only then I met other Indians and saw that there was a bigger world out there. People would ask me where I'm from, and I would say I am Indian and Spanish. You see, however, there were so many Indians in the UK, so when I encountered other Indians, they would ask, but where in India are you from? And I'd reply, I'm a Sindhi. Ah, so you're from Pakistan, they would say. I said, no, not quite. I have never been to Sindh, in fact. It was only then that I realized that Sindh was brought to me by my grandparents. There are many things that I have taken for granted in my young age. Luckily, I am one of those kids who has been fortunate enough to meet all her 4 grandparents and still has 3 of them alive. I definitely have a lot of catching up to do on their lives. There is so many questions to ask, so many new things to learn from them. I currently live away from my home and hardly see my grandparents. But when I do, I don't miss a chance to ask them questions. For example, if you have a grandparent sitting next to you, you could ask them to tell you a story. And I'm sure that they will have plenty of stories to tell. Also, we tend to forget that grandparents too were once children. So don't miss the chance to ask them, how was your life as a child? I am certain that if we were to ask this to everyone in the room, the stories that we would get in return would be fascinating. They are definitely worthy of documentation in novels and in history books. Many of the people sitting in this room have fled wars as children as a result of partition. They then moved to various parts of the world and worked very hard for many years to provide stability and support to their families. If it was not for the efforts that our grandparents made in their youth, we would not be in such privileged positions right now. What is more, if I had more time to sit with my grandparents, I'd also ask them about the songs that they like to sing. I would ask, who was Julelal? Why do they repeat Damadam Mast Kalandar in the parties? Then I'd ask them to sing those songs and to teach us the meanings, so that we may also remember them and sing them to our children in the future. As a matter of fact, I would request them to sing a song right now, after you finish this short letter. I must say that being away from home, I really miss Sindhi food. Koki, Selamani, Sai Bhaji, Kutti, Mithi Loli. Says on special occasions, my dadi will make me kutti for breakfast. A delicious and very fattening meal. Maybe I should ask my grandmother to teach me how to make kutti so that I can have some tasty food once in a while instead of relying on all these ready-made meals, pasta and sandwiches which I get over here. Anyway, to conclude, the people sitting in this room today have made us what we are, and we must not miss any opportunity to talk to them and start a conversation. Any question is a good question. Dear grandparents, dear elders, we would like to thank you for everything that you have done for us. We would like to honor you and convey to you all our love. Words are not enough to express our gratitude, and we hope we can learn more from you and pass on this knowledge to the future generations. With lots of love, with respect and admiration, your granddaughter, Nuri.
Thank you, bro. Dr. Sir, please come here. Welcome, Dr. Kishore. आज हमारे बीच मिस्टर राकेश जी साउथ से पधारे हैं और मैं उनका निवेदन करूंगा कि उन्होंने लास्ट मास और साउथ की कम्युनिटी के लिए बहुत सालों से बहुत मेहनत की है। इतने सोशल और कल्चरल प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किए हैं। हमारे समाज को उन्होंने एक नई दिशा दी है और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से बड़े लोगों से सबसे मिलकर सबके लिए इतनी मेहनत की है, सब लोगों को हेल्प की है। उन्होंने हमारे समाज को, सिंधी समाज को एक नई ऊंचाई पर पहुंचाया। प्लीज काफी वेलकम कीजिए और